Cosby Show is in reruns and everyone assumes that we're this family that like has dinner every Friday night. But the reality was I hadn't spoken to Mr. Cosby. I have to be accountable.
He may have had other faults, but he certainly was not drugging people and raping.
Behind the perfect family dinners that filled living rooms across America, The Cosby Show harbored secrets that would shock its most devoted fans. From hidden pregnancies concealed with Hollywood magic,
Bill had his feelings about that because he was possessive in a way. Denise Huxtable is not pregnant. Lisa Bonet is pregnant.
to devastating personal battles fought in silence. The untold stories of the Huxtable family are far darker than anyone imagined. For 8 groundbreaking seasons, The Cosby Show defined American television.
Hey! No, come back here. Take the baby with you.
From 1984 to 1992, millions tuned in every Thursday night to watch the Huxtables, an upper-middle-class black family living in Brooklyn. The show revolutionized the sitcom genre, becoming one of only 2 American series to spend 5 consecutive seasons at #1 in the Nielsen ratings. But behind that carefully crafted image of domestic bliss lay hidden truths that would eventually shatter everything. Today, we're revealing what really happened behind the scenes of television's most beloved family. The Shadow, Bill Cosby. Before diving into individual cast stories, we must address the shadow looming over this show's legacy. Bill Cosby, once called America's dad, became the center of Hollywood's most devastating scandals. For years, whispers circulated about Cosby's behavior, but in 2014, comedian Hannibal Buress made a joke during stand-up that went viral, and suddenly hushed rumors exploded into full-blown accusations. By 2015, over 60 women had come forward with harrowing allegations of sexual assault, many claiming Cosby had drugged them before attacking them while they were unconscious. The allegations weren't new. Former model Linda Brown revealed she'd been assaulted all the way back in 1969. I kept it secret because I was so ashamed and embarrassed about allowing something this horrible to happen to me, she confessed. In a damning deposition, Cosby admitted to obtaining quaaludes and using them with women he wanted to sleep with. "I use them the same as a person would say, 'Have a drink,'" Cosby confessed. In 2018, Cosby was convicted and sent to prison, though the conviction was later overturned on a technicality in 2021. The fallout was immediate and devastating. Networks pulled The Cosby Show from syndication, erasing billions in potential revenue and cutting off residual payments cast members depended on. The show that had been a cultural milestone became radioactive overnight. The cast found themselves in an impossible position. Malcolm-Jamal Warner struggled to reconcile the mentor he knew with the monster revealed in court. "It's just as painful to watch my friend and mentor go through this," Warner told Bill Board. Phylicia Rashad sparked major controversy with her steadfast defense, drawing criticism for prioritizing Cosby's legacy over his victims. Phylicia Rashad, The Hidden Pregnancy. Phylicia Rashad brought grace and intelligence to Claire Huxtable, America's favorite TV mom.
Well, that's another family crisis we've survived. Why don't you relax, Cliff? There won't be another one for at least 5 seconds.
But what fans never knew is that during season 3, Rashad was hiding a secret, requiring some of television's most creative filming. In 1985, Rashad married sportscaster Ahmad Rashad in a ceremony where Bill Cosby walked her down the aisle. Soon after, she discovered she was pregnant, but there was one problem. Claire Huxtable wasn't pregnant, and producers had no intention of writing it into the storyline. What followed was masterclass in Hollywood illusion. Rashad hid behind kitchen counters, tables, laundry stacks, and even teddy bears. In one episode, viewers watched Claire hold an inexplicably large teddy bear on the couch, a prop whose sole purpose was disguising Rashad's pregnancy. Its origin never explained. But the most ingenious solution came for bedroom scenes. The props department actually scooped out the mattress, creating a hollow that allowed Rashad to sink lower when lying next to Cosby, preventing her stomach from showing under covers. This solution came at a physical cost. Rashad developed a pinched nerve from the awkward positioning, forcing writers to create an episode where Claire was bedridden with, ironically, a pinched nerve. producers drastically reduced Rashad's screen time, having Claire away on business trips or visiting relatives for several episodes. When daughter Condola Phylicia Rashad was born on December 11, 1986, Phylicia managed to lose the pregnancy weight in time for season 4. Most viewers who rewatch the show have no idea one of television's most celebrated mothers was hiding a real pregnancy throughout an entire season. Rashad's career flourished after The Cosby Show. She became the first black actress to win a Tony Award for Best Actress in a Play for her 2004 role in A Raisin in the Sun. She appeared in Tyler Perry films and the Creed franchise. However, her unwavering defense of Cosby during his trials significantly damaged her reputation. Lisa Bonet, the rebel who sensed darkness. If Rashad embodied grace under pressure, Lisa Bonet was the show's wild card, the cast member who couldn't, or wouldn't, conform to Cosby's vision of wholesome entertainment.
I can't talk to my own boyfriend?
Of course you can.
Where?
Any payphone in New York.
As free-spirited Denise Huxtable, Bonet captured hearts with her bohemian style. But behind the scenes, tensions brewed from the very beginning. Bonet later revealed something chilling. She sensed something dark about Cosby long before any allegations became public. There was no knowledge on my part about his specific actions, but there was just energy, Bonet explained in a later interview, and that type of sinister shadow energy cannot be concealed. Her instincts told her something was profoundly wrong, and she kept her distance from Cosby whenever possible. Bonet's rebellious streak wasn't limited to her feelings about Cosby. She posed topless for Interview magazine at 19, showed up late to set, and most controversially accepted a role in the 1987 film Angel Heart, filming an explicit, blood-soaked sex scene with Mickey Rourke that earned the film an X rating. Cosby was absolutely furious about Angel Heart. He saw it as a betrayal of the family-friendly brand The Cosby Show represented. In what many viewed as punishment, Bonet's character was spun off to A Different World, a new series following Denise's college years at the fictional Hillman College. When Bonet became pregnant with daughter Zoe Kravitz, from her secret elopement with rock star Lenny Kravitz, tensions exploded. Producer Debbie Allen, who happened to be Phylicia Rashad's sister, fought hard to keep Bonet on the show and even tried to write the pregnancy into the storyline, but Cosby allegedly refused to allow it. Bonet was let go from A Different World after just one season. She briefly returned to The Cosby Show for seasons 4 and 5 after giving birth to Zoe, but the relationship between Bonet and Cosby remained icy and strained. In April 1991, Bonet was fired from The Cosby Show for good, officially ending her time in the Huxtable household. Despite the tumultuous exit, Bonet's career and life flourished on her own terms. Her daughter Zoe Kravitz became a major star in her own right, appearing in Big Little Lies and The Batman. Through it all, she maintained that her instincts about Bill Cosby had been right all along. Malcolm-Jamal Warner, the son who educated a nation. Malcolm-Jamal Warner was only 14 years old when he was cast as Theodore Theo Huxtable, the only son in the Huxtable family. Named after Malcolm X and jazz pianist Ahmad Jamal, Warner would become the face of young black masculinity for a generation. He would become the face of young black masculinity for an entire generation. Throughout early seasons, Theo struggled academically. He was likable, but couldn't excel in school, particularly geometry. Then came the episode that changed everything: Theo's gift. Theo is diagnosed with dyslexia, a learning disability that had been going undetected despite his parents' success. The storyline was directly inspired by Bill Cosby's real-life son, Ennis, who had been diagnosed with dyslexia as a college freshman. The episode showed the entire Huxtable family rallying around Theo with love and support, getting him the specialized help he needed, and watching him transform from a struggling, frustrated student into a successful one. The impact was profound. People still tell me that it's because of your show that I found out I had dyslexia, Warner revealed in 2023. The episode became one of the first nuanced portrayals of a black teenager with a learning disability. It helped countless families recognize similar struggles and seek diagnoses. By the show's final season, Theo had graduated from New York University with a degree in psychology and was working as a student teacher at a community center, specifically helping other children with dyslexia. Warner earned an Emmy nomination in 1986 at age 16, making him one of the youngest nominees in that category in Emmy history. Warner's career continued to flourish. He co-starred in Malcolm and Eddie and appeared in Read Between the Lines. He directed music videos, including New Edition's iconic 1989 video for N.E. Heartbreak, and pursued music, winning a Grammy Award in 2015 for his contribution to a cover of Stevie Wonder's Jesus, Children of America. Warner has continued working steadily in television, with recent appearances in The Resident and Suits. His legacy as Theo Huxtable remains his most recognized work, and he's spoken thoughtfully about balancing his pride in the show's positive impact with the complicated feelings surrounding Bill Cosby's crimes. Keshia Knight Pulliam, America's Sweetheart. Keshia Knight Pulliam was only 5 years old when The Cosby Show premiered in 1984, but she immediately stole America's heart as Rudy Huxtable, the precocious youngest daughter. With her signature pigtails and quick wit that could genuinely match Bill Cosby's legendary comedic timing, Pulliam became one of television's most beloved child actors. What many fans don't realize is that Pulliam made history in 1986 when, at just 6 years old, she became the youngest actress ever to be nominated for an Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series. That record still stands today. Nearly 40 years later, no younger performer has ever received an Emmy nomination in an acting category. Unlike many child stars, Pulliam made a conscious choice to step away after the show ended in 1992. Her family moved to Virginia, where she focused on education. She attended private schools and enrolled at Spelman College, graduating with honors in 2001 with a sociology degree. She pledged Delta Sigma Theta sorority and became deeply involved in activism and community service. When Pulliam returned to acting, she made strategic choices. She appeared in Beauty Shop alongside Queen Latifah and took her most dramatic role in Tyler Perry's Medea Goes to Jail, playing Candace Candy Washington, a college student turned drug-addicted prostitute, a character as far from sweet little Rudy as imaginable. But it was her role as reformed con artist Miranda Lucas Payne on Tyler Perry's House of Pain that gave Pulliam a second television home. The TBS sitcom, which premiered in 2007, has now aired for more seasons and significantly more episodes than The Cosby Show, giving Pulliam the rare distinction of starring in two of the most successful sitcoms in television history. She won NAACP Image Awards for the role in 2009 and 2010, and has even directed episodes of House of Pain. Pulliam became an entrepreneur, launching her spice line Keshia's Kitchen and founding Camp Kizzy, a nonprofit mentorship camp for youth. She's married to actor Brad James and is a proud mother. Pulliam has become a rare example of a child star who successfully navigated to a fulfilling adult career. Geoffrey Owens, the viral moment. Geoffrey Owens played Elvin Thibodeau, appearing in roughly 20% of episodes. A Yale graduate with dozens of credits, Owens continued working steadily in television. But in 2018, Owens became the center of a national conversation about work dignity, all because of a grocery store. When Cosby's scandal led networks to pull the show from syndication, residual checks actors relied on stopped arriving. For Owens, who appeared in only a fraction of episodes, the loss was significant. He needed to support his family. Owens got a job at Trader Joe's in New Jersey, working for 15 months while continuing to audition. Then a customer spotted him, secretly snapped photos, and sold them to the Daily Mail. The photos went viral. Some mocked Owens for falling so far. But something unexpected happened. Instead of mockery, actors and celebrities defended Owens. Terry Crews, Judd Apatow, and Pamela Adlon led a social media campaign celebrating actors who work regular jobs. Tyler Perry offered Owens a job, Owens appeared on Good Morning America wearing his Trader Joe's name tag, delivering a powerful message. There is no job that is better than another job. Every job is worthwhile and valuable. His words sparked a broader conversation about work and dignity. The hashtag, actors with day jobs, trended as thousands shared stories of bartending, driving Uber, and working retail to support artistic dreams. The attention led to acting opportunities. Owens landed roles in Tyler Perry's shows, Power, NCIS New Orleans, and currently stars in Papa's House. However, in 2024, Owens admitted he still struggles financially. "Even today, I still struggle to make a living," he confessed to Atlanta's V103 radio station. "I struggle every day to make my ends meet, and people can't get their heads around that because they see me in movies." Owens revealed he went back to working at Trader Joe's after headlines died down, requesting additional hours because money remained tight. He had to quit initially only because curious fans kept visiting the store. "It wasn't like I quit knowing I'd be making a lot of money soon or anything," he explained. "I just felt like I wasn't going to be able to handle that scrutiny, that kind of attack on my privacy." Geoffrey Owens' story remains a powerful reminder that Hollywood's success is rarely what it appears to be from the outside, and that the vast majority of working actors struggle financially despite appearing in successful shows and films. Other cast secrets. The supporting cast members had their own hidden struggles and surprising stories that reveal the complexity behind the show's seemingly perfect facade. Joseph C. Phillips, who played Denise's husband Martin Kendall, became one of the first cast members to publicly speak about the dark undercurrents on set. In a shocking 2015 blog post titled, "Of course, Bill Cosby is guilty," Phillips made explosive claims about what cast members had known or suspected for years. Bill sleeping around was a fact that, like the air, seemed to just be, he wrote, suggesting that Cosby's serial infidelities were an open secret among the cast and crew.
The fact that we were. And what was interesting, we stayed #1 consistently. I remember it was Channel 9.
Raven-Symoné joined the cast at age 3 as Olivia, launching a massive career that included That's So Raven, one of Disney Channel's most successful series. Stacey Dash made a memorable single-episode cameo before finding fame in Clueless. Decades later, she made headlines when she was arrested for domestic battery in 2019, following a physical altercation with her husband. The situation was complicated, with contradictory testimonies, and charges were eventually dropped. Perhaps most dramatically, Nicole Rochelle, who had appeared in small roles in 2 episodes, made international headlines in 2018 when she staged a bold topless protest during Bill Cosby's sexual assault trial. She jumped over a courtroom barricade wearing nothing but body paint, with the names of some of Cosby's alleged victims written across her skin. She was immediately arrested for disorderly conduct, but defended her actions as necessary to support survivors. The legacy. The Cosby Show's impact on television and American culture genuinely cannot be overstated. It almost single-handedly revived the sitcom genre when it premiered in 1984, pulling NBC from last place to first in the ratings. It proved definitively that a show centered on a successful, educated black family could be a massive mainstream hit, paving the way for countless shows that followed. The show earned 29 Emmy nominations, winning 6. It received the People's Choice Award for Favorite Comedy every year except 1991. TV Guide ranked it the 28th greatest show, naming Cliff Huxtable the greatest television dad. The show's international impact was equally profound. When Nelson Mandela was released from prison in South Africa, he reportedly told Phylicia Rashad that he and his fellow inmates had watched The Cosby Show while imprisoned, and that he was eternally grateful for the show and its influence on apartheid and us black people. But the revelations about Bill Cosby's crimes have forced an uncomfortable and ongoing reckoning with that legacy. Can we separate the art from the artist? Should we? The Cosby Show provided crucial representation for black families and inspired millions, but it was created by a man now known to have committed horrific acts against dozens of women. The show remains largely unavailable on streaming platforms and in broadcast syndication. For many actors from the show, the loss of residual income has been financially significant and ongoing. But more than the financial impact, there's the profound emotional toll of having your life's work forever associated with someone whose actions caused immeasurable harm. Conclusion: the cast of The Cosby Show gave us something genuinely precious, a vision of a black family that was aspirational, funny, loving, intelligent, and real. They brought laughter and warmth into millions of homes every Thursday night. They tackled important social issues like dyslexia, teen pregnancy, and the value of family. They made history and broke barriers. But behind the scenes, they were real people with real struggles. Phylicia Rashad hid a pregnancy that caused her genuine physical pain while maintaining her professional performance. Lisa Bonet sensed danger and darkness, fighting to maintain her autonomy against enormous pressure. Malcolm-Jamal Warner inspired an entire generation while dealing with the increasingly complicated legacy of his mentor. Keshia Knight Pulliam navigated child stardom with remarkable grace and wisdom. Geoffrey Owens reminded an entire nation about the dignity and value of all work. And every single one of them had to eventually reckon with the devastating revelation that the man who'd given them their greatest professional opportunity was accused and convicted of terrible crimes. The Cosby Show was undeniably groundbreaking. The cast was extraordinarily talented. The cultural impact was absolutely real and lasting. But so were the secrets, the struggles, the conflicts, and the pain. These weren't just characters playing happy families. They were real actors navigating incredibly complex challenges while cameras rolled and millions watched, blissfully unaware of what was really happening. That's what most fans never figured out about The Cosby Show. Behind every perfect family dinner, every heartwarming life lesson, and every Thursday night laugh, there were real people dealing with real challenges in an industry that demanded absolute perfection while systematically hiding imperfection. Their stories deserve to be told, not to diminish what they created together, but to honor the full, complicated truth of what it actually took to bring the Huxtable family to life.